What's up? I'm Drew, and I talk about music and stuff. If you want to buy Tyga's album for some reason, I've got the link in the description. All right, so today we are talking about that brand spanking new Tyga album titled Kyoto. And if you don't know who the fuck I'm talking about,
Rack City, bitch. 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 10, 10, 10, 20s and them 50s, bitch.
Yeah, faded. My nigga, I'm faded. My nigga, I'm faded. My nigga, I'm faded. My nigga, I'm.
I can't seem to find Molly. 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 Molly.
that's Tyga. So when it comes to Tyga, I've got a very awkward opinion of him. Back in his early days when he was still dropping Rack City and Faded and stuff like that, I thought dude was a pretty cool rapper. I thought he was able to bring those strip club anthem hits, but he was also able to, rap good. All you could point to is that Well Done mixtape, which I think is his best project in his entire discography, album or otherwise. Bitch, I'm the Shit, which had so many club anthems that were just perfect. And even though it was a shoddy debut album that was a little overbloated and didn't really have a lot else to offer other than being overbloated, his debut album, Careless World, isn't the worst thing ever either. However, eventually, like some artists do, Tyga fell off. He dropped a second studio album, Hotel California, which didn't do bad, but didn't do good either. And it seemed like after that, everybody was just like, I feel like your cousin Drake is doing a lot better. Tyga and Drake are not cousins. You gullible fucks. So, now we don't talk about Tyga no more, right? Look, I'm not here to talk about his L's that he used to take. I'm not here to talk about how Kylie Jenner practically sucked the life out of Tyga. Pause. And you know what? I'm not really even here to talk about how Tyga may or may not be broke. I'm here to talk about the music. I listened to this Kyoto album, and I gotta tell you, this shit ain't good. So what's going on with this album is apparently Tyga is sick of strip club anthems, and on this album he decided to crank down the money dropping and crank up the auto-tune and start singing on our asses. Okay, so I guess that Drake cousin thing I mentioned earlier isn't too far off, because that's kind of the type of songs we get on this album. They're singing songs, they've got islandy, vibey production, and Tyga is just crooning throughout every song on this bitch. There's some kind of concept here, and I'm starting to notice that a lot of rappers these days are starting to drop these projects that have these half-assed concepts that are more beknownst to the artist rather than the listeners, because it seems like the audience, we all just kind of listen to these albums and we're just kind of like, look, whether we like it or hate it, I don't know what the fuck this concept is supposed to be. But the artist, however, they know exactly what the fuck is going on in their head. They know exactly, they feel like they are portraying themselves no clearer than they possibly could. However, this shit just makes no sense to me. I don't know what kind of concept he was trying to go for on this album. It's not even that it didn't manifest. It didn't even attempt to be there. I didn't notice any kind of storyline being told or any kind of running theme other than bad singing. And this album just, I don't know, it confuses me when I think about whatever the fuck concept he was trying to tackle. When I don't think about that, I think about bad music. Okay, look, I'm not here to completely be a dick, but this album ain't good, man. This album is not good. Now, I think I want to mention this one positive first before we get into this shitstorm. The production is nice. I do like the beats on this motherfucker. Some of them, have some knock to them. Some of them are really vibey. It's that same kind of vibe shit. It's your basic fucking, ever since Drake did it on One Dance and Controller, everybody has to fucking do the Caribbean, islandy vibe shit. Apparently, Tyga is half Jamaican, half Asian. I didn't know this. I thought the motherfucker was just like 20% Asian and the rest of him was black. I didn't know it was specifically Jamaican. Whatever. whatever. At least there ain't a Jamaican accent on most of this album. I don't have to hear him say ting over and over again. You know what? Let's start with the singing. Tyga is not a singer, but I'm not really holding that against him because we have a lot of niggas these days making a lot of songs that can't sing. Drake, Nicki Minaj, Future, these are artists that, you know, they're not good singers. Even my baby mama Rihanna is not a very good singer. All it takes is one sitting of a live show and you will see that without the use of a tool, these people really can't hold a note that well. But they're still able to craft really enjoyable songs with the help of auto-tune. But here's the thing, T-Pain has said it many times, you have to use auto-tune correctly. You have to be able to at least hold a note, and you have to be able to at least be in tune so that the auto-tune can come in and help out whatever areas you're struggling in. If you don't use it correctly, and if you use auto-tune more as a crutch rather than a tool, you'll find that instead of making you sound better, the auto-tune will point out your flaws. That's what we get with Tyga. Tyga just doesn't use this correctly. The auto-tune is way overused and smothered all over his voice to the point where you can tell that he is not even trying to sing well. He's just kind of jumping on the mic and saying, I want to sing like this. And it's some of the most annoying singing I've heard in years, easily. If that was the only problem, though, I tell you that this was a mildly enjoyable album that you could throw on, you know, in the background while you're playing 2K or while you're at a party or while you're driving your girl around while she decides what she wants to eat, which will never happen. However, the other problem with this shit I mentioned earlier is how derivative it is. This is some of the most basic, vibey music. It's not experimental in any sense of the word. Like I told you before, the concept doesn't even manifest. It doesn't even come into existence. So you're really just listening to a bunch of love songs that really don't connect. They really have no emotional connection. There's not enough detail to make you give a fuck. There's not enough cleverness to make you say, oh, you know what, that's really creative. Nope, there's none of that. There's none of that. Tyga does not have enough personality when he's singing to make him sound any different than any other motherfucker that can't singing with autotune. There's nothing setting this album apart from its predecessors, and that is another thing that kicks this album in the balls. But just like the bad singing, I'm not going to attribute the album's badness to that either. And with that, now that we've gotten all the unimportant shit out of the way, it's time to talk about what really kills this album. The fucking lyrics are terrible. The lyrics on this album are absolutely atrocious. When I tell you that I almost threw up in my mouth so many times listening to the lyrics on this record, I am not lying. You know, Tyga, you know, even at his worst when he was rapping, he at least had decent wordplay. He at least had decent bars. He at least had little tiny pockets of cleverness every now and again, you know, except when he's talking about, I got your grandma on my dick. I don't know why my grandmother is on Tyga's penis, but whatever his worst rap lyrics are, they cannot be worse than the shit that pops up on this album. I lost my watch and I still found time. Oh shit. Let your ex-man stay in the storm. Get it? Because storm, even though storm's a woman. But I see what you went for, Tyga. I see what you went for. You're hot and cold. That makes you warm. Oh, thank you, Tyga. And I'd be hard-pressed to let you guys know that all of these are in the first song. All of these. Every single line that I just said is in the first fucking track. So, you know, it's only smooth sailing from there. You know, this album just kind of, it is, and you know what's weird is that first song, Temperature is the name of it. That first song is actually the best song on this whole project. It's the only song on here that I would be able to say is good. Because, you know, the beat is good. All the beats are decent. But the hook is specifically kind of catchy. You know, it's got a good little melody. You know, yeah, I know we're outside. I can feel the temperature rise. You know, it's derivative. It's typical. However, it is kind of catchy. This album goes downhill so fast. It is not even funny. See, she can wear leather in the rain. She can find pleasure in pain. Oh my God, guess who won the Best Lyric Award? It's not Tyga. And then we move on to fucking I shoot my shot, then I reload. Ever seen 2 mil ride down Pico? Nope. Ever spent 20 bands on an Eat Coupe? Nope. I'm with my blood niggas, getting what they bleed for. My Crip niggas getting cribs on the seashore. Only the best lyrics from Tyga. Only the best lyrics. And with all this ice, how can I keep my cool? Oh my. I forgot about that one. Oh shit. All this ice, how can I not keep my cool? With all this ice, I freeze time for you. Aw. And with all this ice, we skate straight to the top. You know, cause ice skating, ice skating, this album is so bad. Cause I love it when you boss up, yeah. Call the shots, yeah. When you tell me how you want it, I'm Tupac, yeah. You're Tupac, Tyga? You're Tupac? And it's like June now, but I love you like February. Aww. Aww. Oh, shit. Now, that shit is sprinkled throughout this album, but I gotta let you guys know there are 2 songs on here that literally made me want to cut my dick off. The first one is King of the Jungle, where we get our terrible lyric in the fucking hook. I've been unfaithful. I've been lying like the king of the jungle. Lying. We all laughed when Childish Gambino said, why is you lying? Girl, why you Mufasa? We all laughed at that shit. I don't think we would have laughed, though, if we knew it would lead to this bullshit. Like, seriously, it's in the hook. You have to hear this shit 3 times in this song. By the way, this song also has the beautiful wordplay of, you love that designer, but being my girl was your favorite label. Whoa! Pew, 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 pew. And then we get another terrible fucking song later down the track list called Hot Soup. Can I tell you guys, this is where I really quit? Like, I already was on the verge of giving up on this album. Like, I was already asking the coach, please put me on the bench. I don't want any more minutes. I don't even want to be in this game. I don't even want to salad dress this game to make it look not as bad as it is. I just want to sit on the bench. This shit made me want to walk out of the stadium, get in my car, and drive to my garage, close my garage, keep my car on in the garage, and suffocate myself in my car, in my garage. Seriously. This motherfucker said, she gonna make me feel better. Yeah. She gonna make me feel better. Yeah. Like hot noodle soup. Like hot noodle soup. Baby, hop in this coupe. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh man, I wanted to hang myself in front of an orphanage with a sign on my chest that says, this is all your fault. I hated that shit. Oh my God, that shit. I almost threw up in my fucking mouth when he said that shit. This album is just full of really bad moments from Tyga. How did the features do? Well, they were features. First of all, we don't get a feature until track 11. That's right. You get 10 tracks of terrible Tyga crooning vibey music. And then we get our first feature from Mr. Gucci Mane himself. I guess his contribution was welcome since I was getting tired of Tyga. But let's be honest, Gucci Mane completely misses the point of this fucking song. This song is supposed to be about, you get a little drunk, you start sipping a little bit, and you start feeling your girl. Guwap doesn't talk about that. Bigger diamonds got them lost in the sauce. You crossed the line like the stones in the cross. I was on the boss, now I'm the boss of the boss, and I just crack a smile cause you done. Stick a fork. Did I miss something? Let's go back. Rewind. I was on the boss. Now I'm the boss of the boss, creative. And I just crack a smile cause you done. Stick a fork. Do we just not rhyme anymore? Do we just not rhyme anymore? You'd literally have to put Gucci Mane in a T-Mobile commercial to have him phone this verse in more than that. Like, this verse was so unnecessary. And then the very next song, we get Tory Lanez, who I've never been a fan of anyway, completely missing the point of this song. You know, this song is supposed to be, you know, I'm faithful to you, girl. Have faith in me. You know, I'm a ride for you. You gonna be my baby. I'm gonna treat you right. And then Tory Lanez comes on and he's just like, she just passed me. Keep a bad one with it so she can make the threesome nasty. So she can make the threesome nasty. That's flashy, and I am classy, but real enough to fuck you in the back seat. Fuck you in the back seat. Ain't that romantic? That's some romantic shit. Fucking your girl in the back seat. I hope y'all not having that threesome in that back seat. I don't think you got enough room in that motherfucker for a threesome. That'd be quite uncomfortable. It gets kind of hot in them cars too. You know, car sex is really sweaty. So if you got 3 people back there sweating, oh man, I'm talking heavy duty air fresheners. And then this album just kind of drags to an end. The last 2 songs have nothing to do with anything. This album's bad. This album's terrible. It's bad. It's bad. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. The album is bad. Now, if you're one of those people that really does not give a fuck about any of the other shit, you don't care. You're like, Andrew, come on, dude. I really don't give a fuck about lyrics. I really don't listen to music for that anyways. I listen to Post Malone. I don't go to music to feel any kind of emotion. Well, first thing I have for you is a fuck you, but the second thing I have for you is a moderate recommendation for this album then. If you just don't give a shit about the music, if you don't give a fuck what's going on, you don't care who's singing what, you don't care what they're saying, even if it makes you feel good like hot noodle soup, you will just throw it on and not give a fuck. Maybe this album might be up your road. But to everyone else who has a brain, avoid this shit like the plague. You know, this hasn't been the best start to 2018, you know, especially considering last year was such a great year for music. We didn't really start off this well. You know, we got a Man of the Woods album by Justin Timberlake that a lot of people are mixed on that I surprisingly enjoyed a little bit. We got a Culture 2 album by the Migos that everybody agrees is not good, but is still reaching the top of the charts. Classic. And now we got a terrible Tyga album to boot. Look, Tyga recently went on Everyday Struggle with academics and that one old asshole star who is just a dick. And, you know, Tyga was just like, look, I don't give a fuck if people like this album or not. I made this album for me. And if he really honestly put his heart into this album and this album was only made for him, then good for you, Tyga. Good for you, Tyga. Good for you, Tyga. But for the rest of us that actually enjoy good music, this ain't good. I'm gonna reference Lil Wayne on his most recent mixtape, Dedication 6 Reloaded. Listen to that shit. It's a bop. It's a banger. I gotta tell you, like Weezy told me, clap at you. If you don't die, I boo you. And man, I sure ain't clapping at this project, so I ain't got nothing but boos, cause this shit sucks. I give this album a really high D to a low D+. It's bad. I wouldn't listen to it, but if you feel like suffering, if you feel like being in pain, go right ahead. That was me. That was my review of this terrible Tyga album. If you want to listen to it for some reason, I'll put the link in the description. This is my channel. I talk about music and shit. I also make music. That's my SoundCloud down there below. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. And if you want to talk to me, comment below. Let me know what you like. If you really like the video, though, you can subscribe and see me next time I talk about music and shit. It's been your boy, Drew. I'm out this bitch. Have a good one, y'all.